Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the only board game review show that's presented in smell-o-vision. I'm sorry, I didn't shower this morning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ticket to Ride Germany from Days of Wonder. Ticket to Ride Germany from Days of Wonder is the latest iteration of the popular Ticket to Ride franchise. Now, of course, this game plays for 2 to 5 players, and it is a map of Germany. Now, you may recall that some years ago, one of the first expansions to Ticket to Ride was Ticket to Ride Markland with the little Markland trains, but essentially it was a map of Germany as well. In fact, Ticket to Ride Markland was the very first Ticket to Ride game I had ever played. Now, there was the whole passenger thing in there. They've kind of done away with that. They've got a whole new passenger system in this game. Let's take a look. As I say, the map is turn-of-the-century Germany. The various cities are connected by routes, which also connect to countries just off of the board. Now, the game, of course, is very familiar. If you play Ticket to Ride, you're going to get you'll actually have 2 decks of destination cards, kind of the easier blue and the more difficult brown. You shuffle them. You can take any combination of 4 cards. You have to keep at least 1, but you could keep all 4 if you wanted, or any permutation thereof. And you can essentially try to get the numbers on the cards, complete the routes to gain the victory points for the cards. So you take what destination cards you want. Of course, you get your starting hand of train cards, the different colored train cards, and then, of course, you get your plastic train, little miniature train cards that you're going to be using to build your routes. Your turn, of course, is standard Ticket to Ride. You can do one of 3 things. You can get more destination cards. You can get more train cards. Again, you can draw 2. If a locomotive comes up, you draw that. It's a wild, so you can only draw 1 of those unless you do a blind draw from the top of the deck. And then, of course, you can build routes. Of course, you lay down the appropriate color and the appropriate number of cards in order to lay your train across a specific route. You get points for every route you lay. But here's the thing. At the beginning of the game, you also have a number of meeples that you put into a bag, you mix them up, and then you put the meeples out on the game board, and they're in different colors. There's a section in the rulebook that says exactly where you place how many meeples. For instance, Berlin has 5 meeples, but most cities are just going to have 1. There's a few that have 3 and 4. Berlin, of course, is the biggest. What you're going to do is every time you complete a route between 2 cities, you can take a meeple from each section of the track. So you just automatically get them. This is going to be very important for scoring later in the game. Now, of course, the game ends when one player has only 2, 1, or 0 plastic train pieces left. Then you each get 1 more round to go. Now, as soon as that round is completed, you go immediately to scoring. First thing you're going to want to do is look to see who completed the most destination cards. Whoever completed the most destination cards gets the Globetrotter card. The Globetrotter card essentially is that. It's not a longest route, it's who completes the most destinations. That's an additional 15 points. Next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to look at your meeples. You're going to look at each color. Whoever has the most of one color gets 20 points. Whoever has the second most is going to get 10 points. If there's ties, you can kind of share the point value. Finally, you're going to look at the destination cards you completed, add those numbers to your score, and any destination cards you hold that you didn't complete, subtract from your score. Whoever has the most victory points wins Ticket to Ride Germany, or as I like to call it, Ticket to Ride Deutschland. So Ticket to Ride Germany it's very basic Ticket to Ride. I mean, it really is. What this is bringing to the game, of course, is the new map, the meeples, the globetrotting card. That's pretty much it. I think the destination cards, where they're different, might be. I think the others have that too. But there's not a lot of difference here from standard Ticket to Ride. That having been said, I really enjoyed the meeple aspect of this game. I really enjoyed that because it's a new way, it's a new strategy. Sometimes you may want to complete routes not necessarily to get your destination cards, but sometimes you may want to do it just because you want specific meeples. You know, it's a good way to to burn, one card if it gets you 2 meeples, or 2 cards. Sometimes you can do that to gain those meeples that are going to give you an advantage in the race to get a specific color of meeple. That is really fun. That is really cool. I like that aspect of the game. And, of course, I love the map. I'm a huge fan of Germany. Like I say, I've studied in Germany. I've said that on the show several times. So I love Germany. And so I love this map. I think it's fun. It's a challenging map, too. And it's funny to me. It's always funny how the game becomes, any Ticket to Ride, becomes exponentially more mean the more players you have. That's fun, too. But the great fun of this game is just cursing when someone steals a route you need. That is so much fun. I've said this before. I played a game of Ticket to Ride Europe years ago with Holly, who was one of the sweetest people you will ever meet, and she called me a very bad word when I took one of her routes. That's never happened before or since, so that was delightful. Holly swore. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Ticket to Ride Germany. If you like Ticket to Ride and you've got other sets, I don't know that you need this one, but I really liked it. I had fun with it. If you're a Ticket to Ride completist, or maybe you're just looking for another kind of map that maybe you haven't played before, or another kind of little, sugar and spice to add to your game, I think this is one you want to check it out. I'm going to go ahead and say try it before you buy it with those caveats, but I think some people who play this are really going to like it. It's a fun game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. We are The Discriminating Gamer. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute worst thing about putting the show out in smell-o-vision is I can smell you, too. That's better.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
So, are we going to play now?